You're watching Good Day Siouxland with Nick Wilson and meteorologist Ethan Foreman. From KCAU 9 News, this is Good Day Siouxland.
Good morning, it's 6:44 on this Thursday morning. I'm Nick Wilson.
And I'm Ethan Foreman.
Well, today's conditions might give people a bit of a deja vu feeling, kind of similar to what we had on Tuesday.
Yes, it will be. And look at the sunrise on our KCAU-9 studio camera. All kinds of colors this morning. The clouds make it even prettier out there this morning, but definitely going to be a lot of cloud cover for today, and those wind speeds are going to start to pick up as well. We have wind advisories in effect in those counties you see in that tan color. It is for Clay and then Osceola and Dickinson counties until 2 p.m. And then our eastern areas from Pocahontas up to Emmett County, that's until 7 p.m. this evening. Here's a look at those temperatures throughout the day, climbing into the mid to upper 60s for highs with a good deal of cloud cover on the way for today. And we only have 2 more sunny days left and 2 more warm days left after today. I'll have those details coming up in your full forecast in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Ethan. Well, before we get into the news, we want to know, do you know a Siouxland woman who is making a difference in her community, setting a great example for others, or serving as an amazing role model? Because if you do, you should nominate her to be one of our KCAU-9 Remarkable Women for 2024. To do that, just head over to our website, siouxlandproud.com, and click on Nominate a Remarkable Woman under the Contest tab. Well, meanwhile, leaders in one Siouxland community say they've put together a plan aimed at doubling their current population over the next 2 decades. KCAU-9 reporter Tyler Euchner shares a look at the roadmap Lamars is putting together for the next 20 years.
The city of Lamars has a population of more than 10,000 people, and every day, thousands of folks come from out of town to work. Officials are hoping to promote those workers into Lamar's residents.
A year ago, community leaders decided that we want to be a little more intentional about our growth, and we'd like to get community input and come up with a plan for the next 20 plus years for our community.
By the year 2045, city officials hope to increase their population to 20,000 people.
We want to be a community where people want to come to live, work, and play. We've had a lot of growth with our existing industry that has created a lot of jobs. You know, we estimate there's 4,200 people driving into Lamar's on a daily basis to work. And we see that as the opportunity to help grow our community.
To double their current residents, Lamar's officials hope to lure in folks from out of town.
We focused on economic development, growth in our industrial park, how to lay out our industrial park for the future, and then quality of life amenities. What type of amenities do we need that will cause people to want to live here? Housing, what type of housing, and where to put it.
However, before people can move into Lamar's, Rob Bixenman, the mayor of Lamar's, says they're in desperate need of apartments and houses.
We need rental units. We need, studio apartments to 3-bedroom rental apartments. Currently, our stock of housing in Lamar's is so low that, if 50 people wanted to move here next month, we couldn't even accommodate that.
The city of Lamar's partnered with an engineering company to make this dream a possibility. So far, 4.5 acres of land have been bought for housing projects, and they're currently in the process of acquiring another 30 acres. Bixenman says this is only the beginning of the project.
I'm a 4th generation member of my family to live in this community. Not a single instance in there was a business passed down. So there has been an abundance of opportunity, and my job is to continue that opportunity for my children and my children's children.
Bixenman told me the city is still in the planning stages, but will continue to buy more land to prepare for the more than 8,500 housing units they hope to build. Tyler Euchner, KCAU-9 News.
And elsewhere, many Americans are cutting back on spending as rising costs combined with rising interest rates slow demand. The slowdown is intentional and comes as a result of the Federal Reserve repeatedly raising key interest rates over the past 2 years in their efforts to curb inflation. Last month, the inflation rate dropped to 3.2%, a sign the central bank's efforts are working without causing a full recession.
Up till now, the economy does seem very resilient, and it seems as if, things are almost too good to be true. And I don't mean to ease or in any way lighten what folks may be experiencing in terms of economic burdens, but the economy is not slamming to a complete stop at the moment.
While the economy might still be functioning, plenty of families and business owners are feeling the financial strain of this economic maneuver. Some people from the Siouxland states say they're going out to eat less and cutting back elsewhere to afford necessities. Others say they're even postponing plans to have children due to rising costs. In other news, the second of two teenagers found guilty of murdering their high school Spanish teacher 2 years ago has received his sentence. Jeremy Goodale has been sentenced to life in prison with a possibility of parole after 25 years. His accomplice, Willard Miller, also received a life sentence earlier this year with a possibility of parole after 35 years. Well, in lighter news, a long-running Sioux City holiday tradition is back. The Siouxland Humane Society's annual Paws and Claws photo shoot opened to visitors yesterday. For $35, you can get holiday pictures taken with Santa or even the Grinch, with or without a pet. An event organizer tells us there's more to the annual event than just smiling for the camera.
So aside from the main event, which is, taking the pictures with your pets or without pets, we have lots of retail for pets, for people. We have some really cool raffles, 3 or 4 back there, and people come. It's really fun to see shelter alumni because a lot of people who did adopt from the shelter bring their pets. So it's just really fun and nice to see all the people with their pets.
Paws and Claws runs through Sunday, with appointments still available for the weekend. All proceeds from the event go to benefit the Siouxland Humane Society. And speaking of pets, it's time to meet today's stray of the day. And every day we share a pet picked up by Sioux City Animal Adoption and Rescue who's waiting to go home.
That's right, and this is Frosty, a 3 to 4-year-old male Siberian Husky that weighs about 70 pounds. He was found running along Floyd Boulevard. The rescue says he loves to run and play, and who doesn't love Frosty the Snowman, especially with the holidays coming up soon. Frosty is available for adoption now.
If you've lost your pet, looking to adopt, or you'd like to sponsor a pet for adoption like Frosty, then you can visit the rescue's website. That's at SiouxCityAnimalRescue.com. We were talking earlier, Frosty has a very serious stare into the camera, but I'm sure he's a playful and fun dog.
Yeah, and he might like the temperatures we're going to be seeing today other than that wind, but no frosty weather right now, at least for the next few days, but we do have those frost potential later on tonight as we see temperatures drop in the 20s, but then again, we've already seen frost many times this year already. Satellite and radar does show those clouds starting to increase out there, and we'll continue to see those clouds increase throughout the day. Our stormcast shows a cold front moving through later on this afternoon that will drop our temperatures down into the 50s for highs as we head into tomorrow, maybe even 40s for most of us. We do see a few showers possible tonight, though this might be a little overdone. Not everyone is going to see precip from this. In fact, most places won't. As we head into Friday, though, we see those clear skies continuing. This is why we're going to be seeing frosty conditions tonight, because we have temperatures falling down into the 20s for overnight lows, but no frosty conditions for snow, at least in the near future. And then as we head into Saturday, we see those clear skies continuing. Another cold start to the day, but a nice warm end to the day out there on your Saturday. Here's a look at those rainfall totals for the weekend, though. Could see as much as half an inch to an inch for our southern areas, lesser amounts as you go to the north. But again, this is still several days out, so we will continue to monitor this as it gets closer. Cloudy, warm, and windy today with an isolated shower possible and a high of 67. Then we really get cold tonight as we decrease those clouds and see a low of 23. And if those clouds decrease fast enough, we could see temperatures drop into the teens for a few locations tonight, but that is not unusual for this time of year. Then we see one more warm day Saturday before rain starts to move in late Sunday into Monday. Then it gets windy and cold by Tuesday, and even colder by Thanksgiving and Black Friday. Some models are even hinting possible snow on Black Friday.
Thanks, Ethan. Well, now we turn to sports, where a local college basketball team was looking to keep a perfect home win streak going. Anthony Mitchell has the highlights from that game and more right here in your morning sports wrap.
Good morning, Siouxland. The Dordt Defenders men's basketball team yet to lose a game at home. They hosted Mount Marty last night. The Defenders a whopping 22-2 all time against the Lancers in home games. Dordt quickly got on the board. Ben Fairclough feeding Lucas Lorenzen. He knocks down the mid-range jumper for the easy 2 points. Lancers, though, with a quick answer. Micah Johnson slicing through the Dordt defense. He scored the Lancers' first 6 points of the game. Dordt in transition, dumping it off to the freshman Connor Milliken, and he'd score the 2 on the move. And they'd continue to turn defense into offense. Luke Rankin connecting with Jacob Hargens, count the bucket here, and one. Another Dordt steal and another Dordt bucket shortly after. Lorenzen hitting the triple, nothing but net. 18 points for him in the half, 26 for him in the game. That's a career high. Dordt defeats Mount Marty 92-74. We have 3 remaining teams in the hunt for an Iowa high school state football title. The first team with a chance to bring it all home, that'll be Woodbury Central. The Wildcats 12-0. They're a game away from winning its second ever state championship. Its first coming back in 1980 in the Class A state semifinal round last week. The Wildcats fought back from a halftime deficit to outscore its opponent 21-6 in the final 2 quarters. Woodbury Central's opponent, West Hancock. Historically, the Eagles 3-0 against Woodbury Central, including eliminated the Wildcats from the postseason back in 2019. And it's been a long journey for Woodbury Central to make it to the state title game, but they know the biggest moment still in front of them.
It's amazing. I can't be more excited, can't be more proud of these guys. We got a bunch of young dudes who step up every single day. Even if they're scout team through starting varsity, we got a couple freshmen, and I can't be more proud of them and more grateful for them.
Stay focused. Don't let state finals get to my head. You know, we don't need that. We need to go win it.
The Wildcats Class A state championship game slated for today at 1 p.m. in the Unidome. Check out the highlights and more from that game during our 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. broadcast during KCAU-9 Sports. That'll be all for sports. Have a good day, Siouxland.
Thanks, Anthony. Now let's take a look at this morning's top stories, what you need to know before you go. The abortion debate is back in the spotlight in 2 Siouxland states this morning. The Iowa Board of Medicine is getting ready to lay out the rules that would govern the state's 6-week abortion ban signed into law this summer. It's currently blocked by a temporary injunction from a Polk County judge, but the Iowa Supreme Court will hear arguments on whether to let it take effect. In the meantime, the Iowa Board of Medicine is allowed to consider rules governing exemptions from the ban. According to the proposed rules, physicians would be required to question patients seeking an abortion in cases of rape or incest. The physician would have to decide whether the act described counts as rape and the document if it was reported to law enforcement or a health agency. The board will hold a public hearing on the proposed rules tomorrow at 10 a.m., and you can find the info to attend that hearing virtually at dial.iowa.gov under upcoming events. And in Nebraska, a petition referendum effort has been launched to get abortion rights on the ballot next year. The effort is led by a coalition of civil rights and advocacy groups known as Protect Our Rights. They'll need to get around 125,000 valid signatures by next summer to have the issue brought up for vote. The proposed amendment would declare a fundamental right to abortion until fetal viability. That's when a fetus can survive outside the womb or when needed to protect the life or health of the mother. It comes as Nebraska passed a 12-week abortion ban this past spring. And Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen responded to the petition effort in a statement, describing the effort as, quote, totally out of step with the pro-life principles of the overwhelming majority of Nebraskans, end quote. He added he will, quote, fight to save as many babies' lives as possible from abortion, including by working to defeat this initiative, end quote. And at this time, abortion is banned in Nebraska after 12 weeks of pregnancy, with exceptions for rape, incest, and to protect the life of the mother. In Iowa, abortion is currently allowed until 20 weeks of pregnancy, pending the litigation of this year's 6-week ban. And in South Dakota, abortion is banned at all stages of pregnancy, except when it's necessary to save the mother's life. And now taking a look at the forecast, we're in for a windy Thursday.
Yeah, definitely going to be a windy one out there, very similar to what we had on Tuesday. Make sure you do not burn today. Put those trash cans in your garage if it's not your trash day today. And also definitely make sure you charge those devices, as there could be some isolated power outages, and be safe driving today as there might be tricky travel conditions. 67 for that high with that wind and cloud cover for today, but those clouds decrease tonight. Temperatures in the low 20s as we wake up tomorrow morning, much colder than we are right now. And we are about 30 degrees warmer than we were yesterday morning right now, and we're going to be about 35 degrees cooler tomorrow morning. Then we'll see those clouds decrease for Friday, but much cooler as we see a high of 50. One more really nice day on Saturday before rain moves in Sunday, and we really cool down next week. Temperatures back in the 30s, maybe even snow by Black Friday.
That cool down will be here before we know it.
Yep, enjoy these warm temperatures.
Well, thanks for watching. KCAU 9 News returns at 11:30.